Hello, my name is Lonnie Hunley, and I am going to share my testimony with you. So, my background is I was taken to church as a young child by my grandmother who loved the Lord, and she and my grandfather were really the staple in teaching me who God was as a very young child. And we went to the First Southern Baptist Church in a little town called Bishop, California. And Grandma faithfully took me, and I came to know the Lord there. And I was baptized there in that church when I believe I was 12 years old. That was when, the realization of what God did on the cross, the death for our sins, and how we're washed in his blood really came to mean something more to me as not a young child. That realization, and then I knew I needed to get baptized, so I went through and took that step. From there, I just always have had this relationship with the Lord. Now, as I began thinking about my testimony a few years back, I just always kind of felt like I don't really have a testimony. I haven't been saved from anything huge and great. I didn't really go through anything horrible. I mean, my parents' divorce was difficult, and childhood at times in that aspect was hard. But I was a pretty happy kid and a pretty happy young adult, and I just felt like I don't really have a testimony. But the Lord revealed himself to me in many ways over the years, and one day he showed me very clearly that having a walk with him my entire life is a huge testimony. He said, walking with me, that is a big thing. That is. And I was like, you're right, Lord. It is. It's an incredible blessing that I've received. Now, that didn't keep me from sinning. Unfortunately, I wish that it would. But I have to share this with you in this testimony today, because I have many more stories now. But this particular one, I was going through a lot after my parents divorced, and it was just kind of an uproarious time in my life, if that's the right word. And I had met a man that I loved. We ended up having sex and out of marriage, and I got pregnant, and that kind of took my walk on a little hiatus, I would say. I never walked completely away from the Lord. I still prayed a lot, attended church on occasion at that point. I was gone away to college, but I realized as, I was getting ready to have my son that, church is still important, and I want my child to know that. And so then I also went on from there, and ended up 8 years later in a relationship with another man, still not married, and got pregnant with my second child. So that kind of led me into this, Lord, I have just screwed up, and I am not even worthy of you. And that wall that I built just kept getting higher, and I kept adding to it. And one day I was just sitting in prayer. I was going through a lot with the second gentleman after my daughter was born, and I was feeling very defeated, and I didn't know what I needed to do. And I was praying, and I asked the Lord this question. I said, why would you give me these two beautiful children when I was sinning? I don't deserve them. And he was so clear in what he said to me. He said, Lonnie, I gave them to you because I love you. That taught me a lot, that I've been able to move forward and carry with me, that my Lord loved me in my sin enough to give me two beautiful blessings. That is tremendous. And I'm so thankful for that. So that's a little snippet of my testimony. I've had so many more things that he's done in my adult life, that he's leading me and teaching me. And I am just so thankful that I've walked with him my entire life. Even for those little slip-ups, my Lord has ever been with me. So thank you for listening.